All right, here we go. I want to go through your view under assignments for our course to let you know what's coming up, what's due, and how you will be submitting, and also to explain the fitness project and SMART goal because we will not be together on Tuesday, November 3rd. The first thing that you have been assigned is a discussion board, and this is called your Health Hero. For this, I want you to go in and describe who you believe to be your fitness hero or mentor, or your health mentor or hero. This should be a person that in your eyes has had an impact on you in some way to influence your overall health, fitness, to improve it, maintain it. Really just describe that one person, or maybe it's more than one person, that you immediately think of as having some type of influence on you wanting to improve in some aspect of your health. It doesn't matter if it's somebody that you came into contact with when you were 5 or 6 years old, or it could be somebody that you've just recently met. There are no age restrictions. Once you have made your initial post, then you are going to read your classmates' post and respond to let me take that back. You'll respond to 5 of your classmates at least twice. I want you to start engaging in a conversation. What I would rather not see is, wow, that person sounds awesome, and leave it at that. Ask them a few questions. Ask them if they ever have told that person that they are someone that they respect and really look up to or admire. Ask them if they're still in contact or communication with that person, or other questions. Once you've been asked a question, then you need to respond, and then, continue that dialogue, back and forth a couple times. Feel free to communicate with more than 5 people, but I would really appreciate if you try to engage with somebody that you do not know very well. Just push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit. Your initial post is 15, and then your peer post responses are 5 points each for 2 classmates, for 2 responses for 5 classmates. So that gives you the total of 65 points. All right, that is going to be due by next week, due on November 5th. So make sure you pay attention to the due date, and that is your initial post and your follow-up post and comments. Probably the last big thing that we have for this class is your fitness project and SMART goal. Similar to your wellness project, you are going to develop a specific fitness SMART goal. The text here that you see is the same that I've just copied and pasted from the original document. And I think what we'll do, all right, so all of that is here. When you click on this, it's going to ask you to make a copy, or it should, or you're going to have to log in. Oops. So I'll make a copy. And you need to make sure that you read through all of this and also watch the videos that help give you some of the background information that you're going to need. So your final assessment or assignment is to develop a physical fitness goal and work on trying to achieve that goal. You're going to do a presentation similar to the wellness projects on November 24th, so that's our last official meeting date. Then the presentation should include some type of visual. You can do a Google slide, you can make a video, anything other than just talking. We need to be able to see something, see the pictures of you working towards this goal, or somehow share with us your goal, the journey, etc. Very similar format to the wellness project. Prior to submitting that goal and developing your fitness goal is understanding what fitness is, and I hope that many of you do. There are 3 video links right here that I have done for you that we would do, excuse me, that's not supposed to come up, if we were meeting in class. So there's a components of physical fitness, the skills related components, and then the FIT principle, which you will use and reflect on as you develop your SMART goal. So the FIT principle really takes you through step by step once you've decided on a specific goal, how you'll go about planning on achieving that goal. All right. Before you set your fitness goal, you also need to do a few physical fitness tests. And no matter what your goal is, I want you to do each of these 4 tests. They're not horrible. They won't take forever. The one that's going to take the most time is the 12-minute run walk. Please don't slack on this or make up a time. I want you to do this. This is literally 12 minutes, and during that 12 minutes, you're going to travel as much distance as possible. Make sure you have either like Map My Walk or Run open, because you need to be able to give a specific length of or mileage or distance traveled within that time. If you're on a track, that's great, but if not, just make sure you have a way of, at the end of that 12 minutes, you know how far you've traveled, and then you'll record that down below. Underneath each of the physical fitness tests, there's a link to explain exactly how to execute that test. So core muscle strength and stability, you'll be in a plank position and you'll alternate raising your hands for a period of time, and you'll just indicate yes or no if you've been able to do that. The push up test, hopefully you're laughing. Directions are there also, and then body mass index. What you'll do after you have done each of those 4 tests, see, I'm human, I make mistakes. You'll record your results here. Nobody's going to see the results except for you and me. So these will be private. Don't worry about, what your scores are or are not. From there, you're going to answer a few questions. So based on your results, describe your reaction for each test, anything that you were surprised about, or was it difficult to do? Do you agree, disagree? And then just comment on if you feel like the test accurately measured that specific part of fitness. All right. Number 2, after viewing your results, share what component of fitness you want to improve and why. Maybe looking at those results, you think, all right, I want to improve cardiovascular because I was only able to travel 3/4 of a mile in 12 minutes, or half a mile, or whatever it may be, or the push-up test score was not where you wanted it to be. So for number 2, you're not giving me your SMART goal, you're just talking about the component of fitness. The next piece is researching how you improve that area of fitness. If I'm choosing muscular endurance, then I need to Google ways to improve muscular endurance. Look through several different sites and then copy and paste each of those links, 3 that you feel like are best suited to help you develop your plan to achieving your goal. All right. Number 4, provide your rationale for why you're choosing to work on this component of fitness. Is it a value because it's important to you? Is it a need? Do you feel like, based on like your general overall health, that it could be very detrimental if you don't start working on this? All right. So now you've kind of got an idea. You've got some support. You're going to go to the SMART Goal worksheet, which I will click on in just a second, but I want to finish this because you'll fill in the SMART Goal worksheet. And then you're going to put everything together in the folder, the same folder that you put your wellness project information in, except when you get into your specific folder, so open up your folder and then create a folder within there and name it, Misty_Mueller Fitness Project. All right. And in your folder, you're going to include the following items. And I want to go to the different sheets, and you have access to each of those. All right, this is the directions, and here is your SMART Goal sheet. This is going to look a little bit different than the wellness SMART Goal because we've got different components to include. So here's your general goal. You want to improve muscular strength. Specifically, I want to be able to do X number of push-ups. By November 24th, I will be able to complete 2 pull-ups. And then describe your self-assessment. What is your starting point? How did you decide on this goal? Currently, I'm not able to do but half of a pull-up. So I feel like this is pretty reasonable for me, given the time frame. So give us a little bit of information here. Then you're going to think about how you're actually going to develop a plan to reach that. So how often are you going to work out? How hard? For how long? And then the specific type of exercises that you're going to do that will help you reach your goal. Tell me how this is realistic or relevant. And then you also have here, by Monday, November 2nd, I will. Now, I realize that that's just a few days from now, so you are more than welcome to come in here and change this to by Wednesday, November 4th, I will. That's okay, but you need to get moving on this. And then the next 3 Mondays are your check-in points. So right here, this is negotiable to what you think is a realistic starting point. Thinking about the goal that you want to set for yourself, make sure that it's something that you can see improvement within 4 weeks of working on this. Even if I know I would like to ultimately be able to do 10 pull-ups based on where I am now, within 4 weeks, there's no way I'll be able to do 10 pull-ups. Be very realistic about what a SMART goal, as the term, as the title of the worksheet says, a SMART goal would be for this length of time. This goal is important because think about your obstacles and strategies. That's similar to the wellness project. Again, go back to your supporters, so your instigator, cheerleader, doubter, taskmaster, connector, and who leads by example. You might go back to your health hero. Identify that person here in this column. Then I want you to reach out to that person. Just tell them, hey, this is what I'm working on. Include in this box right here the date that you talked to that person, and then just give me a sentence or so about what and how they are going to support you or encourage you along this process. My instigator is, I talked to them on November 1st, and they said XYZ as far as motivating, encouraging me to work on my goal. This is the same TED Talk that we watched before. So after I do something, I will something. Include this in as you think about working towards your SMART goal, and then any extra notes that you may have for yourself. All right? Be very thoughtful in this, and definitely communicate with me if you have any questions about the FIT principle. When you get into that, the frequency intensity, remember there's a video that I have linked in the project description that takes you directly through the steps of the FIT principle. So please make sure you look at that. Again, here are the directions for the project. I want to come back to right here. It says type your name into the Google form only after you've watched the videos and reviewed the directions for each of the 4 tests. Inserting your name is saying that on your honor, you have viewed the 4 videos and read through all of the directions. Please don't just make something up and make up your scores to turn this in. I want you to take this seriously. I want you to put the time, energy, and effort into it. And once you have listened to this like instructional video, directional video about the upcoming assignments, then you're going to click on the components of physical fitness video and watch that. Each video is less than 15 minutes. Once you've finished listening to this video, you've watched these 3 videos, you've read the directions, then you're going to come in here to the Google form, and you're going to put your name, and then you're going to say, yes, I have read the directions and watched all of the videos. This is one of the 4 specific to the fitness project and SMART goal development. Putting your name in here tells me that you have read the directions, you have watched the videos, and you are getting started on this. Please do your very best to read through this and read through it a couple times, or get with a classmate and go through it. And make sure that you know exactly what you need to be doing so that you can be successful and finish the semester strong in this class. And then lastly, you're going to submit your folder here into the fitness and wellness projects folder. Okay? I have also created a document, a checklist here for you that you can open and look at